Hi guys, how are you guys? Happy Wednesday, hump day night. I kind of wanted to get on here and talk to you about something that has been just on my mind, on my heart, and something that I have learned in this whole crazy journey that we have been going on for the last, couple days. So, and excuse the screaming in the back, you'll probably hear my kids because mom life. So, this is going to be, hi Kim, how are you? This is going to be one of those moments where I had an aha moment throughout this whole thing. So we're just going to talk about some stuff, and I'm just going to be completely honest about my entire journey in direct sales and kind of, how it's led to this journey and how this is a little bit different than anything that I've ever done. It's a little surreal doing this video tonight of all nights, because this night a year ago I had rejoined Lime Life for the second time. So today would have been my 1-year anniversary back with them. And I officially resigned last night. Hi Annie, hi Kay. Thank you, so sweet. So it's kind of weird that I'm talking about this whole journey from what happened over the last, 5 years that I've been doing direct sales, really. So let's start back in the very beginning when I was with Unique, and I was so proud of myself for recruiting I think one person I had, which was my friend Susie. She's my ride or die. And I was really proud of that accomplishment. And we had done really well. And then I decided that Rachel and I both decided that we were going to go and we were going to join, Lime Life at the time. This was 3 years ago, 2016. November of 2016 when we went over there, and we did really well. But my team at the time, hit director, but the thing is, so I had a team of 30, but the thing is, at Lime Life, there's a thing called strategic placement. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what strategic placement is, it can be really cool, but it can also be, detrimental to teams, because sometimes you get placements and your vibe doesn't click, or people get, they don't feel valued whenever they feel like they joined you, but you placed them with somebody else. I mean, all the feelings get brought up during strategic placement, but the purpose of it is to help your teams grow. So you say you're a master recruiter, you can strategically place people with your leaders. And that's what happened. I was really good at sales. I was really good at being able to lead my team, but the recruiting piece of it just wasn't there. I think at that point I had, throughout that whole 2 years, the first time I was with them, I had recruited 5 people. And then Rachel and I both left, and we went to Bellamy, and I recruited 4 people. And then I left Bellamy and then went back to Lime Life. And that's, brought me to this, journey here. And so in the 10 months that I was back at Lime Life, I had recruited 2 people. But I had a team of 14 when I left. So a lot of that was due to strategic placement. So it can be a little bit discouraging, and I apologize for the way that this camera is set up, but my kids lost the one that I normally use. I'm using my Reiki mirror. So anyway, I kind of got into this mindset that I was just never going to be good at recruiting. I don't know if you guys have ever felt like you could just never be good at something, but I kind of felt I was never going to be good at recruiting, and so I could never go somewhere where strategic placement wasn't an option, because at that point it had become hate to say it, but a crutch, right? So I got to a place where it had been 10 months that I had been back, and I was really feeling discouraged. The ranks weren't happening. The team morale was just kind of hit or miss sometimes. And I got to a point that I was talking to David. I feel like I talk all my like really major life decisions out with him at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so I had been telling him that I was thinking about, this opportunity with Pomifera, but I was really scared. And I was really scared because I wasn't good at recruiting. That's what I had told myself. That is the lie that over the last 5 years, my brain has told itself. Like, you're not good at recruiting. You were good at recruiting in your sorority, Jen. You can bring all the friends in, Jen, but you cannot recruit. And that's literally what I told myself. So I was talking to David about it, and he said to me something, and this is kind of what like woke me up and was like, just do it. He said, I want you to think about your first experience at Lime Life when you guys hit director. And you guys did that in a year. Now I want you to think about it. It's been 10 months that you've been back and your team has only hit lead beauty guide, which is 2 ranks below when I left the first time. And he said, what are you scared of? That you aren't, he was like, I know your paycheck can't be that big right now. And it wasn't. He said, why are you so scared to give up a $200 paycheck to go try something different? Like, maybe this just isn't your place. Maybe you're meant to go somewhere else. And maybe you'll do better there. How do you know unless you try? Like, you have to try. Hey girl, hey. And I told him, I was like, I'm just really scared. Like, they don't have strategic placement there, and I'm not good at recruiting. I've only recruited 2 people in 10 months. How am I ever gonna, like, I would be basically giving up a team. At the time I had 14 people. I would be giving that up on a chance that maybe nobody would join me. Like, that was terrifying to me. Terrifying. I can't even tell you how much my body like started sweating. I'm like shaking just talking about it because it was terrifying. It was terrifying. I didn't want to disappoint people. I didn't want to look like a failure. And I finally, when he said, why are your dreams not bigger than a $200 paycheck? Why is your belief in yourself not bigger than a $200 paycheck? And when he said that, I let that one sink in for a little bit. And I said, you know what? You're right. He said, because by the time you get unscared and by the time you decide to go do this, everybody in pre-launch is going to have joined somebody else and they're going to miss out on the opportunity to join you. So why are you too scared to believe in yourself? So I told him, I said, I'm going to start doing things differently. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it no matter what people think. I could be completely crazy and maybe no one will join me. And I said, I'm going to do things differently this time. I'm going to get on YouTube. I'm going to do all the things that I know I could do, right? Like, I can make friends. I can talk. I'm lovable. Hey, Rachel. And I decided in that moment I was going to do it. And I had a talk with somebody, and the person said to me, but if in the last 10 months you've only recruited 2 people, what makes you think going somewhere else is going to be different for you? That one was really hard to hear because then I started doubting myself again. And I started thinking, what if they're right? What if I can't do this? And then David came back around. And he was like, that's nonsense. Maybe you just need a new opportunity. And he was like, and you need to stop listening to people. And you need to get up and you need to do something. And you need to make a choice. And you need to make a choice pretty soon. Like, I think he was getting ready to like basically shake me. Like, what is wrong with you? Make a decision. Stop being so scared to lose $200 in your paycheck. Stop being scared of losing friends. And just do something that you know is right for you. So I did it. I risked everything. I risked losing friends. I risked not having a paycheck, like extra income coming in that I used to like do things with my kids. Like that's stuff that I use on them, you know? And I just started working and I started telling myself every day, this time it's going to be different. This time you're going to bring in all the people. You're going to find your people, Jen. You're going to be one of those people that people look at and say, you know what? She didn't have a huge following. She wasn't a master recruiter, but she did it. So many people get so stuck and so scared to leave something because at Pomifera, we don't have strategic placement. You got to build yourself. So I put in the work. I don't have a massive team, but it's the biggest team I've ever had in 5 years. Let me tell you, I have never been more proud. Really, really proud of myself. And it might sound completely stupid and crazy, but there are 9 people who took the chance on a crazy, crazy opportunity, not knowing if our products would sell out, not knowing if, you know, it would be a complete flop. And 9 people said, I'm going to do this with you, Jen. And those 9 people worked really hard. And they brought in people. And together, collectively, we have a team of 17 people. Organically, our team has 17 people. On launch day, we had 12 people. We have 17 people. I can't tell you how good that feels to go in and tell my team, I don't care if you start with 1 person. I don't care if it takes you years. I just don't want you guys to ever give up on yourself. Like, I need you to be proud of yourself. I need you to know that you can do this. And don't you ever let anyone make you feel, not even yourself, that you can't do this for 1 second. Because you can. It takes work. It's not easy. But you can do this. Oh, thanks, Blair Bear. Thank you, Amanda. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because 2 months ago, I was so scared to let go of a $200 paycheck. I was so scared to stand on my own 2 feet. And the person that said, how is this going to be different? All this time you haven't been able to recruit. How is this going to be any different? And you know what the difference was? Every time I was in church, every time I turned around, I prayed hard on this decision. I really prayed hard. I was like, God, I'm gonna really need you to back me up on this one, because a lot of people are gonna think I am completely nuts right now. I think I'm nuts. And I really needed to start believing in myself again. I needed to tell myself that you might not be the master recruiter. You may not have a front line of 1,000 people. But gosh darn it, I set a goal, and there's only a few people I told my goal to, because I was kind of like scared that I would look foolish if I said I have a goal of 10 people on my front line when I had recruited 2 in 10 months before. And to know that we aren't even a week into launch and 9 people. Those are the most special 9 people that they will never understand how much they changed my life, how much I'm grateful for them, how much their belief in me helped me believe in me. And I can't thank them enough. But if there's anything that you guys are going to learn from this, it's that it might look tough. You might think I can't do this, but you will do it. And when you do, you're going to have a moment like this where you're like, you know what? You go, girl. It's the best moment of your life. So, with that said, if there's ever something in your life where you just tell yourself, I'm not good enough for that, if you need someone to be your David for you, like I had, who called me at 2 o'clock in the morning and literally pushed me to get on YouTube, to do all the things, I'll be your David. I'll tell you to get up and go to work and find your people. Because that's the best decision I ever made for myself. Let me tell you. And this is only the beginning. I can't wait to see where we are in a month from now and a year from now. But in this moment, I'm really proud. I'm really proud of everybody on my team. I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of where we're going. And I'm really proud as a startup company. They had a goal of signing 250 people in the first month. And we're 221 spots away from being at our cap, which is 3,000 people. So I don't think I'm a little crazy. I think all of you waiting, sitting on the couch, watching this live video thinking, can I do this? Am I scared to give up a $200 paycheck and a team of 14 people to start over? You're crazy not to do it. You are crazy not to believe in yourself, to want something bigger for yourself, to want a bigger paycheck, to want to do more things for yourself and your kids. And when I get to a certain goal, I'm going to take those kids to Disney and I'm going to watch their faces light up. And I'm going to watch Ashlyn get to meet Elsa and Olaf. And I'm going to make them really, really, really proud. So, I'm going to get off here. I've just cried all over freaking Facebook, like always. So, when you see me take those kids to Disney, I want you to remember this moment. I want you to remember all the sacrifice and the tears that I've shed for this, because I won't be crying that day. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll respond to your comments when I get off. I love you guys. Please, please, please keep pushing for whatever goal you're going for, because it's worth it. You're worth it. Your goals are worth it. Your kids are worth it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.